I have such a tough job. I mean, the things that I have to deal with. For example, a great big, gigantic, delicious chocolate cake just came through the door in the loving hands of Christine Condi. And Neil Wilkinson is out in the hall there with Temple Square Hospitality. Anytime you want to drop by with a great big, gigantic chocolate cake like that, I want you to know you are very welcome.
Well, it's only your mother's birthday once a year, so.
And my son's too.
Oh, wow, good
Wow,
timing.
good timing. Yeah, we can take care of 2 birthdays with one gigantic cake. You got to tell us about that cake.
It's a triple chocolate salted caramel cake. It's a recipe made by our own executive chef, Richter. This is a cake that we use in the building. It's going to be new to one of our restaurants, but it is fantastic. I've had one bite and I felt like
of that cake?
Not this one particular, but
Okay.
felt like if I ate any more, I may never eat any other kind of food again.
Have you noticed how popular I get when you guys bring in food? I mean, when does John hang out in the hall? John Acarino is out there in the hall. I never see John unless there's food in the studio.
Well, I think they had to tell the security guard to stay at his post up front because he was following us into the studio.
Well, Temple Square Hospitality, I think of all the great things you do. We are such fans. And, with special occasions, whether it's somebody's birthday, like my mom's birthday today, or my son's birthday, or whether Mother's Day around the corner, you guys are talk about this is the place. You guys are the place.
We have all sorts of entertainment, from restaurants to banquets to just Temple Square itself is an event in its own. So it's a wonderful place to work. I often tell everyone, being the general manager of the Roof Restaurant, I have the most beautiful office in the entire state. So.
Boy, no kidding. And, the views and, everything from being at the Lion House, and I love the Lion House Pantry. Back in the day when that was a membership thing, my grandmother, every birthday that I had in October, she would give me my yearly membership to the Lion House Pantry, and I've just treasured those. And of course, it was called, I remember somebody in one of the local papers or magazines called it the most exclusive, affordable membership you can have in the state of Utah. And now, of course, it's just open to everybody anytime you want to go in.
Well, we'll print you up a card if you want to still pretend you have that membership.
Right. That's right. So we have that. We have the Lion House, of course, banquets. We've had all kinds of events there, and then over in the Joseph Smith Memorial Building, it is amazing.
It's a beautiful building. I walk in, and just the lobby itself makes you kind of want to cry. It's so pretty.
It is just absolutely gorgeous. And then to be able to have the hospitality and the great food and so on. What about Mother's Day? What are you guys doing to celebrate Mother's Day?
Well, for about a decade now, the Roof Restaurant has done a Mother's Day brunch in order to kind of provide something for mothers that feel uncomfortable doing something on Sunday. We offer this brunch on Saturday. It starts at 10 o'clock and goes till 1 o'clock. It's $42 for adults, and it is my favorite buffet we have of the year. And we do a lot of special occasion
You're not
buffets.
saying this is the mother of all buffets.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It is, as a matter of fact.
It is beautiful. The food is so amazing. And I actually started as general manager, and 3 days later was the Mother's Day buffet. And I spent the whole buffet with my mouth agape going, can we get all the people out so I can eat all this food?
Isn't it amazing what goes into wonderful, not only the taste of the food, the presentation of the food, the way you're treated, the atmosphere, the surroundings, the server that you have, makes all the difference.
It really does. I mean, we start prepping for the Mother's Day buffet starting this week and getting everything together, making sure we have the plans and set in motion. And then the actual prepping of the food takes about 3 days. And then our chef and his team arrive at 3 o'clock in the morning on that Saturday to start setting everything up and getting it all ready to go.
The thing we're so proud of here at KSL, there are affiliated companies that come under the Deseret Management Group, which includes Deseret Book, the Deseret News, KSL Radio and Television, other entities. But you are part of the family. And so I appreciate you feeding the other side of the family today and coming on. As a matter of fact, I think that we have the picture that Dee sent us? This, I've got to tell you about this picture since it is my son's birthday, and I'm actually going to take him a piece of this. I won't eat it all, close, but not all. This is my wife, Dee, and my son, Ian, right after he was born. And you notice it says danger, right there behind the little, that was an open mine shaft that kind of collapsed up to the surface right off Highway 6. And they were talking about filling it at that point. It's filled now. And I thought, someday my son Ian will appreciate this. So I made Dee trot out of the car. And we were down at our home in Eureka, and I said, Ian will appreciate this someday. So I took a picture of my wife and my son right there in front of that big, wide, gaping, yawning hole that was in danger of taking out Highway 6. Now, that's the kind of dad I am.
Well, he is kind of pointing at you like, someday I'm going to get back at
Someday
you for
I'm
this,
going to
Dad.
get even for this. But anyway, so on his birthday, I thought it was only appropriate. Dee, thank you for sending that over. That's one of those weird, treasured photographs that we have. I'm not sure if Ian has really fully appreciated the significance of that photo.
Well, now you've made it famous. So.
And infamous, maybe.
Yes.
And, she's not close enough that anybody needs to worry about child abuse, and there is a fence protecting my wife and my son there.
Okay, we won't be accusing you of a Michael Jackson picture.
Yeah,
then.
that's right. And I am going to share the cake with him.
Well, good.
Again, and my mom too. And I can't thank you enough for coming over, bringing that beautiful cake. And the first question I had is, where's the fork?
Well, like I said, I think that this is extra mean to bring this with no cutting or eating utensil. We're just going to show it to you.
You were just trying to make sure it actually got home so people in my family could sample it before I devoured it all.
Exactly.
Hey, this has been so much fun. I appreciate you stopping by on Mother's Day. And you don't need a special occasion. Anytime is a wonderful time to drop on by.
It really is. And like you said, our company is built on hospitality. From the time you walk into the door, everybody is welcoming you with smiling faces, and then they wish you a fond farewell. It's one of the greatest things about Temple Square hospitality. It's why I'm proud to work for them and to represent them.
Christine, for people who would like to look at maybe Mother's Day opportunities and to make their reservations and other events as well, maybe this wouldn't be a bad idea, seriously, to set up the Christmas party, things of that
yes,
nature. Yeah.
Definitely.
So where do they go?
Okay, so you go to www.roofmenu.com.
Roofmenu.com.
Exactly. We are almost fully booked for Mother's Day. We only have about 100 spaces left. So if you are interested in that, get in now. If you'd like to make a reservation for Christmas, we're doing that now. We have people that make reservations for Christmas time 18 months in advance.
Wow.
So the moment that opens up and the reservations, they're on the phone calling us. So it's a popular place.
I noticed John Icarino is not in the window anymore. I either shamed him into going back to his office or he's lurking out there ready to steal the cake.
I think he's fetching utensils.
Ooh, now finally, something John really is good at. This is great. Hey, Christine, thank you so much for dropping by. And Neil's lurking out in the hall somewhere too, and he's been a friend for years. And boy, anytime you want to drop by and have a professional sample any of your wares, I'm here.
Oh, I will definitely
I'm here
take
for
you
you.
up on that.
That's the kind of guy I am.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Christine, thank you. And thank you for bringing it by on my mom's and my son's birthday. It is 11:15 here at KSL News Radio. We have much more coming up on today's Doug Wright Show. I'll be wolfing down this cake during this break, and then hopefully I'll be able to come back and still be able to talk and stand, and we'll talk about how much time in front of a screen do you spend.
Doug Wright and his team of producers are chasing down the biggest stories. They're breaking every day on KSL News Radio.